Okay, everyone, this is Acid Roots. I've got Big Sean and Jhene Aiko's collaboration album 2088. Now, with this project, we had a blend of R&B and rap at the same time, kind of the type of stuff that Drake does. Big Sean is like a cousin to this sort of thing. He's pretty good at it also. Jhene Aiko is R&B, and there, this type of sound has been popping up over the past few years. So they decided to release a record. They have collaborated in the past, and I suppose they liked their collaborations because they wound up doing an album. So what I thought with this was, sometimes on the occasion a rapper and an R&B artist will collaborate, and when that happens, it's, this is good moments, but the only idea with it is whether or not it charts. So this album lacks a large radio song to back it, but besides that, this is some pretty hip R&B. And I looked up a bit of information. They said that they wanted this to kind of be covering like the ins and outs of a relationship. So that, you get that when you listen to the project, but if, you're like me and you just want a few things to have, supposing you feel like listening to R&B, it covers that. You do not have to follow the blueprint of this album, and once you realize that, it becomes that much better. So that was the thing. The first single was Selfish, and this kind of quietly came out back in the spring of this year. I did not have as much appreciation for it, but I am going to talk about, there's 8 songs on this project. I'm going to talk about the 5 I liked. So Push It is one of the best songs on here. London Bridge is another. And I mean, the way that R&B has been covered recently, it has different type ways of feeling. Like, I feel like Push It is probably the most sexual song on here, but then I feel like Deja Vu is another one that, kind of tensions are building, that sort of thing. But as far as some of the other ones, I feel like London Bridge is just plain R&B. There's not really a club song on this project. I think maybe the closest one to that would be On the Way. There's not really as much of the Trey Songz type stuff and the Usher type stuff, those sorts of cats. It seems kind of more inward focused, so just know that going in. But, I did not dislike this album even. I mean, it works for what it is. You just finding the moments to play the music is the key part. So with that, I'm going to give this album a 7 out of 10 because there's 8 songs and I like 5 out of 8. Now, that kind of makes it more difficult to score because there's less than 10 songs, but me liking over half and that only leaves about 3 songs that I did not enjoy, that makes it to what it is. So Big Sean and Jhene Aiko, both thing about these folks is I think you'll like the chemistry. That's something else to know. Jhene's singing is particularly, catchy. I mean, she, like, London Bridge is one where she has catchy singing on there. And, Big Sean has been known for his well put together lyrics. So that you're getting both of that on here. And the only other thing to note is just whether or not this applies as like a classic or a lyrical bombshell or these sorts of things. And I think as far as R&B goes, it's one that you definitely want to be keeping close as far as for the time being. I mean, R&B, it's kind of off and on. It has its hits, but we forget about them quickly because they don't have a lot of singles backing them. But, this, you dig this up and it'll last for a good while. So And as far as it being a lyrical album, you know, listen to it, decide. But I don't think you'll be disappointed. So, social score, I will give a 3.5 out of 10 because there was only really one single and I did not enjoy it. But so the promotion was not that large, and considering these artists, I feel like Jhene in particular could use more promotion. So that's about the only thing there. Apparently they're dropping a sequel, which brings me to the future. They're making another one, and plus they'll probably be making albums by themselves also. So can this record be topped? It's good for what it is. I mean, you don't have to worry about it being a weak project. You just have to know what you want in terms of R&B. So, yeah.